Du? Okay. Warte, ist sie oben? Gott, ich bin so schlecht als Vampir. Da hinten ist sie doch. Meine Fresse. Da. Da. Dorothea. Hier.
Finally, you've returned, Doctor. Did you find anything of value?
Yes, nurse.
You've worked your first miracle, Doctor. Now, this patient here needs immediate treatment.
Duty calls. When the storm has passed, I'll show you how to mix the remedy yourself with the same basic ingredients.
Many thanks, Doctor. When you've finished, you ought to report to Dr. Swansea in his office. He's been looking for you. Seemed pressing.
Krankheiten verringern die Blutqualität eines Bürgers. Verwende die richtigen Medikamente, um ihn zu heilen. Sprich mit dem Patienten im Zimmer hinter Dorothy, um seinen Gesundheitszustand zu kontrollieren. Moin.
Good evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
Drücke RB, um den Gesundheitszustand des Bürgers zu kontrollieren. Die Heilung eines Bürgers verbessert seine Blutqualität und belohnt dich mit EP. Außerdem verbessert sich der Gesundheitszustand des Bezirks.
Do you need any help?
I'm afraid I may, sir. I don't mean to be a burden.
You are not a burden, sir. Healing you is my responsibility.
And you have my gratitude for that.
Ist irgendwas frei? Nee. Habe ich das noch nicht gelesen? Tut ihre Kehle weh.
Why did your mother have you hospitalized here? She seems convinced this is a bad hospital.
My mother just wants the best for me. She won't rest while I'm here. She'd go all the way to hell and back to help me.
Pembroke Hospital may look unorthodox, but rest assured you're in good hands here.
It's not me you have to convince, Dr. Reed. It's my mother.
Is your mother bothering you? As your doctor, I can ask her to leave you alone if you would prefer.
That's tempting, Doctor. But you have no idea what my mother is capable of. She would tie herself to my bed if you asked her to leave.
Okay. Helikoptermutter.
How painful is your throat, Mr. Goswick?
So painful I'd rather not talk at all, Doctor.
Ach so, ja.
I'm sure you realize a doctor and his patient have to communicate, sir. Would it help if I gave you some paper and a pen?
Not really.
I see. Then maybe it's not just your throat that hurts, Mr. Goswick. Perhaps your sore throat is just the consequence of something more hurtful.
Yes, maybe. But I don't want to talk or even write about it now.
Okay.
I have to go now, sir. But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
I'm all right. Don't waste
Okay.
your time with me.
I will not let you down, my boy.
Okay. Ich suche Dr. Tippett. Strickland.
Reads me like a book.
Dorothy. Wo hängen denn nochmal Tippets rum? Verlockung. Was? Verlockung des Blutes. Bedenke, dass dir das Blut von Bürgern. Ah ja. Ja, ich weiß. Das ist, um böse zu spielen. Dass man halt die Bürger gesund macht und sie dann aussaugt und dann kriegt man EP. Aber das ist halt, dann wird man böse und das will ich nicht. Ich will die ja gut spielen. War der Dr. Tippett nicht hier irgendwo? Erschöpfung. Da ist er. Junge.
Good evening, Dr. Tibbets.
Dr. Reed, any good news to share?
Corcoran, I want you to tell me about Mr. Connor. How did he die? What happened?
He was my patient. He died because of my mistake. That's the blunt truth.
Wie es gibt dazu, dass ihr einen Fehler gemacht habt. Wieso nicht kündigen? Was für ein Fehler? Wer war er? Erstmal mache ich das.
Who was this patient?
I don't know. Some sick man from the docks, maybe a fisherman. I had no time to talk with him. No one claimed a body.
Wie traurig.
What was the nature of the mistake?
It was a twofold error. My diagnosis was wrong, and the administered dosage was too strong.
Why not stop practicing?
Are you mad? I killed that man, I admit it, and it won't happen again. I have saved so many lives since then.
Okay. Okay.
Goodbye, Dr. Tibbets.
Sprich mit Edgar Swansea. Oh, ich glaube, das war ein Grafikfehler. Ich habe gedacht, da hätte was geblinkt. Das ist sein Büro nicht neben meinem? Nee, das ist nicht. Das ist auch nicht. Das ist auch nicht. Hä? Ich verlaufe mich wieder. Oh, das. Ah, das war hier.
Please, Jonathan, come in. Fascinating, is it not? In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body, biology's penultimate frontier. The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
This must be all so new to you. This area of town, the hospital, a brand new life. How stimulating it must be.
I wish I could share your enthusiasm, Dr. Swansea, but my condition defies scientific categorization. Undead? Unalive? Immortality defies logic.
I cannot express my thrill at this serendipitous turn of events. The world's most eminent specialist in blood transfusions, a vampire. One might say a gift from heaven.
Ihre Worte sind tröstlich. Dies ist kein Geschenk. Ich bin ein... Was? Lebendes Paradoxon. Ja. Das ist die Antwort, die ich wählen würde. Ja. Definitiv.
There is an absurd poetry to my situation. Physician, heal thyself.
Forgive me. I've been an admirer of your work for a long time, and now you are so much more than a brilliant physician. And please, call me Edgar.
Okay. Wir müssen sie... Was? Sie müssen sich nicht entschuldigen. Das ist nicht unterhaltsam. Wir brauchen einander. Sie müssen sich nicht entschuldigen.
There is no need to apologize, Edgar. You offered me sanctuary when I had none.
Very well. I have a task for you, Jonathan. Something that will require all your newfound skills.
Please, go on.
The Pembroke only survives through the generosity of our benefactors. Unfortunately, our main donor has found herself in a bit of a bind. Now, if you could help her out...
A spokesman or politician is what you need. That's not my calling. And until I come to understand what has happened to me, I require discretion.
Discretion is in order, Jonathan. Lady Ashbury has recently received rather indelicate correspondence that, if revealed, would jeopardize her position.
And you would like me to eradicate this threat?
By the stole, of course not. I would just like you to pay her a visit. Her ladyship is certainly near the tents outside, tending the sick. You can't miss her. Look for someone impossibly delicate.
Accepted. I'll see what kind of trouble Lady Ashbury is in.
Okay. Ja, Lady Ashbury, dann müssen wir mal mit der reden, aber ich hab noch was. Ich drücke wieder die falschen Knöpfe. Das hier. Gib dich zur Apotheke. Wie kann ich denn der Quest folgen? Frage Gwyneth Brannigan zu Behandlungsfehler. Okay. Finde raus, wer Thelma ausspioniert. Okay. Falsch. Unbekannt. Verfolgen, Okay, Gwyneth kann ich ja so fragen, die treffe ich ja mit Sicherheit. Also bevor ich mit Lady Ashbury rede, mache ich erstmal ein paar Nebenquests fertig. Oh Gott, das sind 200 Meter. Okay. Moment. Gwyneth, die war doch auch irgendwo hier draußen immer. Wieso ist da ein Y? Ach, Alter, das ist Lady Ashbury. Nein, da bin ich noch nicht hin. Ist das Gwyneth?
And I thought
Gwyneth?
last summer's epidemic was difficult.
Good evening,
Yeah.
Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
Tippett hat sie gelobt. Tippetts Behandlungsfehler.
Why does Dr. Tippett claim you're the main reason he keeps working, despite his fatigue?
If it wasn't for him, I probably would have left the Pembroke years ago.
Dr. Tippett does not think of you as just a nurse anymore, does he?
If you're suggesting he's not taking my gender into consideration when it comes to medical practice and knowledge, I really hope he doesn't.
Ja.
Tell me what Dr. Tippett did. I know his mistake caused a patient's death.
If I had not covered up his error, Dr. Tippett would have been fired from this hospital. I could not let that happen.
You can't allow your emotions to dictate your conduct concerning patients, Nurse Brannigan.
Look around you, Dr. Reed. Do you really think we can afford to lose a brilliant practitioner like Dr. Tippett's in our situation?
Ich kann ihr Handeln nachvollziehen. Sie haben ein großes Risiko auf sich genommen. Sie haben nicht das Recht dazu. Sie hat ein sehr großes Risiko dazu, also auf sich genommen.
Perhaps you did it with the best intentions, Nurse Brannigan, but you took a great risk. Must I remind you that a man died?
You mean you've never made a mistake? Never covered your tracks? Come on, Doctor. I wasn't born yesterday.
Da hat er recht, also wir sind alle nur Menschen, ne? Ich werde Dr. Tippetts Fehler nicht preisgeben. Ja, finde ich gut.
I've decided that I won't reveal Dr. Tippett's, shall we say, misdemeanor.
I'm so glad you share my point of view. Dr. Tippett's is a brilliant practitioner. We most definitely need his know-how.
I hope you're right. This is a huge risk we're taking.
Dr. Tippett must regain his confidence. Please, keep this decision between you and me. He doesn't need to know you found out.
Hinweis fehlgeschlagen? Was? Habe ich jetzt einen Fehler gemacht? Oh Gott, sie guckt wieder durch die 4. Dimension. Sie guckt mich wieder an. Habe ich einen Fehler gemacht?
Goodbye, Nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Ich habe das Gefühl, ich hätte einen Fehler gemacht. Begib dich zur Apotheke. Wo genau ist die Apotheke? Ach du lieber Gott, da unten. Komme ich da überhaupt schon hin? Die ist bei den Dogs. Links rum durch die Gassen. Ich guck mal, ob ich da hinkomme.